Hi everybody, and welcome back to My Buddy the Lawyer. Again, I'm Adam, your brilliant attorney host. This week we received a few questions regarding what to do if you're pulled over by a police officer for suspicion of DUI after you've had a few drinks. First, I have to say, shame on you. In all seriousness, do not drink and drive. Call a cab, do a ride share, ask a friend, walk. The consequences are too severe to risk. We're talking thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars worth of fines and court fees, jail time, not to mention potentially life-changing consequences if you're in a collision and someone is hurt, or even worse. But to answer the question, first, you want to stay calm. Remember, until the officer tells you, you do not know why he or she pulled you over. Freaking out and panicking is highly likely to lead to confusion and possible additional criminal charges. Second, stay quiet. You want to be cooperative, but you don't want to answer any potentially incriminating questions. If the officer asks you if you've had anything to drink, you can refuse to answer. If the officer asks you where you've been, you can refuse to answer that as well. If you say you've just had dinner with some friends, then you open it up to allow him to say that maybe you had a few drinks while you were at dinner. You want to keep your answers short and only give answers if absolutely necessary. But keep in mind, that doesn't mean you can refuse to answer any of the officer's questions. Yes, you should tell him your name. Yes, absolutely give the officer your license and registration if requested. Also, never lie. Never lie to a police officer. It's never a good idea. Third, refuse a field sobriety test. You are not required to do a field sobriety test, despite what the officer may say. If you think you can beat the field sobriety test, you can't. If you think you're a good drunk, you're not. Fourth, refuse the breathalyzer on the street. Again, you are not required to give a breathalyzer at the scene. They can be unreliable, and you do not have to do it while you're on the scene. Fifth, if the officer does bring you back to the station and requests a breathalyzer or a chemical test while you're at the station, now you need to cooperate. If you refuse at this point, you may be brought up on additional criminal charges. Sixth, once you've been released, take notes of everything that's happened so you can remember exactly what happened if you need to recount that later. And seventh, contact an attorney. Things are going to get complicated and expensive if charges are brought against you at this point. This is where you need a good attorney in your corner. If you cannot afford one, you may request representation by a court-appointed attorney. Anyway, that's our answer this week. Thank you again for sending us your question. Please keep sending your legal and business questions to Ask My Buddy the Lawyer on Facebook, email, and Twitter. Thank you.